Hey loves, welcome back to Lovely Things. Today we have part two of our wedding recap, and today we have a special guest, my lovely husband, Johnny Nomad.
Hi.
Say hello to the viewers,
What you call them?
my lovelies.
Hi, my lovelies. That didn't sound right.
That's my lovelies.
Okay. Hi, lovelies.
So today, like I said, we're gonna do part two of the wedding recap. I did promise you guys that we would have another video with my husband's perception of what went on and his point of view of our whole event. So,
Where do I start?
well, the I described, how everything went. The days leading up to the wedding, or everybody coming, and how everything turned out great. So I just want to give your point of view of.
Everything was fine. That's good?
No, we need
Oh.
details there.
Details. Okay,
Yes.
I guess,
Like your perspective of going into the rehearsal, the 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 bridal shower dinner.
Oh, okay.
The bachelorette thing. Your perspective on.
Well, the rehearsal was pretty cool. Never been through that before, so I guess it went as well as it could. We had some people standing in because we had some family members who weren't there yet because they were coming from out of town. Um, and just the place that we went to, Pristine Chapel, was so organized, and the planning was like on point. And it took a lot of worry out, and especially for her. For me, I was just following directions like I usually do from her anyway, so that's pretty normal. Um, and it was really cool just to see the whole process and how it would play out. And not to go too much far ahead, but when the wedding day did happen, it did plan out exactly how we rehearsed it. So it was perfect where to stand, how to position yourself when you're standing. It was really really cool. The dinner was awesome because we had both families meeting for the first time, where they didn't know each other. So it was great seeing people mingle and getting people to mingle. You always have some folks that kind of click together and some people kind of standoffish. So it was really cool how the seating was just kind of prepared to where people could be together in different groups and really get to know each other before the actual wedding. So we went to a Dominican restaurant
Yes.
that hosted our dinner. So it was really cool. Some great Caribbean food. Great music they were playing for us. It was great. Well, you had the playlist.
Yes, we
So she created an entire playlist, which was really cool.
Yeah.
So we had Spanish music, some pop and hip hop and R&B.
A
So
little bit of old stuff.
yeah, so it was really really cool. There, the wedding or the
No.
night of.
Go back. Because
What?
before the dinner was the bachelorette plan.
Oh yeah, the bachelor plans. I'm not big into strip joints.
Yeah.
I already have her, so I gotta go to the strip joint for her, right? So, things got canceled. Plus, I really didn't want to go to a strip joint, but hers got canceled. So I was like, well, if you're not gonna have yours, I'm definitely not gonna have mine. So we want to go into having a dinner.
Yeah, we did.
Where I'm doing hibachi.
We did hibachi.
Well, it was actually pretty awesome. We had a blast. Actually, wasn't the whole family, but it was a good contingent of the family that went. So it was really cool. It was hard too because we had so many people staying at the hotel, so we were kind of playing, going back and forth to the house and then back to the hotel. And it was better off for us to go to the hotel because we were able to just sit down with everyone there.
Yeah.
And didn't want to be so overwhelmed.
And it just so happened that the majority of our out-of-town guests ended up staying at the
The
same
same
hotel,
hotel,
so that
right.
worked out pretty good,
Yeah.
which was pretty much my family
Yeah.
and I guess, and that your sister.
Yeah.
Yep, so it was pretty
So
cool.
it was pretty good. We joined them for breakfast and stuff, and we kind of commandeered the whole lobby area. At evening time, we bought a bunch of pizzas. We chilled, had some drinks in the lobby, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And we did that all before the wedding happened, and then the day of the wedding, kind of went off without a hitch. It was beautiful. She was gorgeous, just to die for. I started crying when she was walking down the aisle, just because how beautiful she looked, and just kind of looking back at our time together, it kind of was like a flashback. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you see in those movies. I never thought that would really happen, but it just did. And she she was just gorgeous. And then her father had handed her off to me, so that was really something special, you know. And we said our vows, which actually the vows, I wrote my vows months prior.
I did too.
But then the night before, I guess because all the emotion and it was so close and being the night before, I rewrote my entire vows again that night on my iPhone. And I guess the emotion just captivated me, and I was forced to write something. I love to write, so it just hit me even harder. And I thought it was pretty special when I wrote to you.
It was.
Because I wrote it, so it had to be special.
It's very special.
And what she said to me, I was just, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. My bad. Sorry, lovelies. Yeah. But I was just looking at her eyes, and it was just an amazing, amazing moment. Some drama. I'm not really gonna hit on that.
No.
It's just like every family has. So we're not different. We're not special.
No.
Every family has issues. We're gonna try to be perfect, nothing like that. So It is what it is. We're not gonna give that any type of energy. But the reception time was perfect as well. Perfect. Cake was beautiful. The food was okay. It was all right. The dancing, the involvement in everybody. Just the whole gathering piece was really great. And
the reason he says the food was okay, because we really didn't I couldn't really eat anything.
I didn't eat. Yeah, so I didn't have to much either.
By the time I was already suffocating in my dress.
She was.
So I didn't want to eat and then get stuffed and then I burst out of my dress. So that was
right.
But we did get a little taste of it. I don't think we even got to taste the cake during the wedding.
No, we didn't. We didn't get to taste the cake because we were just so involved in the moment. And then of course you got to do your rounds around each table, and people were giving you cards, and you're like, oh shit, I got money, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, it was cool.
And then the dancing and taking pictures.
Yeah, because we had a photo booth.
Yes, we did.
So we're having fun with the photo booth. And there's posing for pictures, and then you just caught some great moments. And we had some pictures outside by the lake. That's actually at the Pristine Chapel. We did sneak away. They were looking for us. The MC was still going on.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right, the bride and groom, and you're next. And the bride and groom couldn't be found because we were outside taking pictures. We kind of snuck away, so it was kind of cool. But it gets right. Yeah. So. Oh, sorry again. Not bad. I'll bleep those out.
Yes.
Okay. And then we left and we went to the first spot we kind of had our first date at. You know what I'm saying? We went to a freaking Waffle House, and we were the only ones there, which was kind of cool. She was still in her dress, I was still in my tux, and we're sharing a waffle together.
The ride there, a couple of trucks were honking their horns at us. And
it was really awesome, you know what I'm saying, to see that. And it was just really cool. Kind of just brought us back to home base, you know what I'm saying. And that's how we kind of live our lives, though. We really kind of stay grounded, have those foundational pieces.
Yeah.
We really don't argue too much.
No, we discuss and we communicate. There's nothing major. We don't ever go more than maybe an hour without speaking or talking it through or whatever.
So it's just communication. We keep that going.
Yep.
Nothing has really changed except maybe the hardware.
Yeah, that's better.
You know what I'm saying? And
as far as newlywed life, doesn't feel like we're newlyweds because we've been together for so long already. And quite honestly, after the wedding, reality just went right back into place.
Yeah. I had to go back to work on Monday.
So
it was just
nothing out of the ordinary. We went back to our normal lives. Yeah. And we haven't done our honeymoon yet. We're still planning on that.
Yes, we are. We're really trying to plan on that because I really want to make that special for both of us. So we didn't want to rush it.
Yes.
And so at least this way it can be planned out right. Especially with the kids, they still had school, so it was kind of tough to have someone watch them. So we figured summertime might be the best time for us to go, so then we have people to watch the kids. So, but other than that, I think we're doing fine.
Yeah, if there was one thing you could do over, what would it be?
For the wedding itself? One thing I would have done over for the wedding, probably more time at the reception.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just spend a little more time. We had some good enough time.
It was 4 hours total.
Yeah, 4 hours. I would have, because I think you're posing for pictures so much, you're doing your rounds so much, and by the time we got to the dance floor, you're kind of on a timeline. So you're getting pulled to do this, pulled to do that.
Yeah.
So actually, we didn't enjoy ourselves. I enjoyed myself a great deal. But I think just to have more time with the folks.
Yeah, I think because we did it on a Sunday and it was a
Yeah.
Sunday morning, so that kind of like made a difference. But I think if we would have probably had like an evening reception, we would have had that more time.
Yeah, I agree.
But
I agree.
but overall, it was great.
Yeah.
Pristine Chapel was amazing.
Yes, they were.
They made us feel like we were part of their family.
They did from day one, though. I gotta say,
Yes,
from like
day one.
from the and this was like about 8 months in advance. That you started planning. It was kind
Well,
of a short
no,
thing.
we actually started about 2 years ago when we got engaged. We started looking at
Right.
places,
Yeah.
and then, like I told you guys before in the other video, our original plan was to do a beach wedding, but just like the planning was overwhelming, and you're paying all this money for like 20 minutes of just to say I do's and a small little like cake thing, not even a
Yeah.
reception. So I started looking and I googled, places that were close to us, and I came across Pristine Chapel. Now, I have to say, like, the website, like, they are on point with as far as like the pictures and showing you what their services are. But when you go in person,
Oh, it's breathtaking.
it's just
It's a
like,
dream.
It's a dream.
Yeah,
Like
it's a dream.
I literally cried, and that's
Yeah.
how I knew that was the place that I
Yeah,
wanted.
she did. There's a dramatic driveway, and
Yeah.
you're driving next to the lake before you get to the actual chapel. Obviously, it's maybe a quarter mile from the gate through the lake until you get to the chapel, and it's just really really cool, really breathtaking, dreamlike.
Yeah.
It was just phenomenal.
And they're just like, they just know what you need, and like, you sit down with your first initial appointment, and they break it down to you, and they work with you because they know that weddings can be ridiculously expensive. So like they try to, they work with you with your budget, and like they can tweak things here and there that
They
needs
do.
to be tweaked. And like I had no worries. So like when we finally sat down back in August and we signed the contract and we
Right.
put our deposit down, for those 8 months, like I had no stresses about what was going to happen there. Like, they took care of the decor, they took care of the food, they even gave me pointers on how to word the invitations.
Yeah, even with the vendor support, whether you want to go internal with them
Yep.
or supply your own vendors, they were so open and free about
Yes.
everything, and they guided you out the whole process. And we really made some friends. We made some
Yeah, we
relationships
did.
there,
We did.
which was fantastic. And it was kind of bittersweet because they did such a great job, and then now,
It's like,
how do you use them again?
Yeah.
Because we're not gonna get married again, right? We got married once, so
Yeah.
it's like,
yeah.
but we still keep in contact with them.
Yes.
And it's fantastic. I think our 1 year anniversary, we're gonna go ahead and
I
go
would
back
like to do something
and do a
that's-
lunch with them there, just because they really made us feel like
Yeah.
such a family from day
Yeah.
one to the
Yeah.
end.
I follow them on Facebook and Instagram, and they're
Yeah.
constantly, like they, even with stuff that I just post on my personal Facebook or whatever, like Tanisha, she's awesome. She's always commenting or liking, and so
Yeah.
like they really make you feel like, it's not, you're not just there for them to get paid and the wedding's
No, they
over
don't make
and
you feel that
that's
way
it.
at all.
Like,
Yeah,
it was amazing.
Yeah, and this is what these women have done for over 20-something years.
Yes.
Like this is their specialty, and that's what I like about doing stuff like that, where you find people who are passionate about this or passionate about anything, that they give you their whole time and effort, and they're sacrificing their family life to make sure ours kind of just has a special day.
Yep.
The kids looked great.
Oh, they were
The kids looked
amazing.
phenomenal.
Everybody.
Yeah.
My mom, like,
She tried to steal the show.
you couldn't tell who was the
Yeah,
bride
she-
or who, because let me
looked
tell you,
she
like,
was looking real nice.
Yes, Mom, I know you're gonna watch this video, but
You look beautiful, Mima.
everybody they just showed up, and they they made us so proud.
Yeah.
Like they really made us feel like what we strive for as far as family and what that means for us. So, like they really showed us that day. And they really like represented us well. So it was overall, like, I wouldn't do anything over again. I like I said, I just wish that maybe, because it just goes so fast.
It
like,
does.
Like even from the time you're waiting, like we started in August and it seemed like it was dragging and stuff, but then when we got closer to the time,
That last week.
that last month, I would say,
Yeah.
everything was just boom, boom,
boom,
boom.
boom.
Like
Yeah,
it was just flying by.
It was.
But I wouldn't want to do anything over. Like it was
great.
more than what I expected.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah. So that's our take on our wedding recap. Again, like we'll try to see if we can insert some more pictures, so you guys can see, and maybe we'll get Mr. Editor over here to kind of put a video together as the day's events and stuff like that and how it all happened, because we all got that on footage, but it's been so many pictures that we still haven't even looked at
It's a lot.
half of them.
Yeah, it's so much to go through, so we still have to go through that. It takes
Yeah.
a lot of time to put that together, and I'm still editing her lovely things,
Yeah.
YouTube channel, so I'm on the background doing all that, so.
Yep, so just be patient with us, and we'll get it
Yeah.
up for you guys. And have any questions, comments, requests, please feel free to leave them
And don't forget to
below.
subscribe.
And don't forget to hit the little bell thing
That's
so
right.
that you can get notifications of when our next video is up. So, till then, see you later.
Bye-bye!